What's up, everybody? Jim Shoe story on a Thursday. Got a story about the AIRMAX 2090. Stay tuned. Be back after the break. Trust and believe. Episode 107 of the Trust and Believe NOMADCAST. I'm your host, Mr. Anderson. Thank you for tuning in today on the 19th of May, 2022. Got a great show lined up today. Jim Shoe story on a Thursday. And we're going to talk about this joker here. The AIRMAX 2090, y'all, here on Jim Shoe Stories on a Thursday. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the history of the AIRMAX 2090. The AIRMAX 2090 was designed to demonstrate the future of trainer design. Senior Creative Director Dylan Roche stated the product shows the way footwear has evolved in the past 30 years. The AIRMAX 90 was the starting point for the 2090. When everything was laid out, we could clearly see a pattern of design, said Dylan Roche. The AIRMAX 2090 was released in 2020. So let's go ahead and talk about some stylistics of the AIRMAX 2090. This shoe is directly an evolution from the AIRMAX 90. And I'll show some similarities in that. This part right here, this hook, Nike is notorious for having hooks at the heel point near the Achilles tendon of their shoes. Now you see this little patch right here. It's a mud guard, if you will. If you look at this, it's also reminiscent of the AIRMAX 90 because this is actually a direct descendant of the AIRMAX 90. But look at, you see it, see the difference? Now, the AIRMAX sole, the air bubble, reportedly has 200% more air than the AIRMAX 90. Of course, the materials are different. The materials are advanced. The AIRMAX 90 was stated was built like a tank. This is more of a streamlined tank. Look at this back here. Look at this heel. I will tell you, after wearing this for a couple times, you can definitely feel the cushion, the functionality of this shoe. Let's go ahead and look at the toe box. This is material. You hear this material, it's a very scratchy material, but it's very soft. It's very innovative. That's one thing I love about Nike products. They continue to evolve. They don't just stay stagnant. They continue to evolve. And if they make a retro version of a previous shoe, more times than not, they advance it with the newest technologies. But then that kind of takes away from the originality of their original shoe. But at the end of the day, it still looks good. Now you look at this, the tongue here, non-traditional tongue. You know, they got the words are split up with the Nike logo. Now, when you're putting this shoe on, for me personally, I have to put on the shoe and put my finger through here to kind of pull it up. Again, they talked about evolution, right? Transition from an old style running shoe to a new style. Again, this was off the platform of the AIRMAX 90, 2090, 30 years later. This is how the shoe, if back in the day, if we looked in 1990 and someone told us, hey, how's the AIRMAX going to look in 30 years? This is what they're saying it will look like. Again, you can see here the similarities from the AIRMAX 90. I'll show you some of the similarities. See how that bridges down? It's the same thing, but look at the word air. It's kind of split in half. And the word air, the font is more futuristic, right? Look at the strings here, the eyelets. The eyelets are hidden, but they have these eyelets here that's embedded at the top of the typical eyelet point. Then you have two holes right here. The Nike swoosh on the side. Now you look at the bottom. Look at that. That's nothing but air. Again, they talked about 200% more air than the original AIRMAX 90. Very cushioned shoe. It's a very light shoe. Love it. Right here below the toe, right at the toe box right here, the Nike logo. Again, functional shoe. Shoe feels good. If you look inside here, it almost has like a neoprene, if you will. I could be wrong, but it's like a neoprene setting. And you can wear this without freaking socks as well. Just remember to put some daggone baby powder in your feet. And then you look in the inside here, 2090. The AIRMAX 2090, y'all, a descendant of the original AIRMAX 90. Let's go and talk about comfort level. Now, I've worn these shoes a couple times, and I have a couple colors in these, multiple colors of these, multiple silhouettes of this particular one. And this shoe is very comfortable. I use the word comfortability, functionality. It just feels great. It feels right. You know, sometimes when you put on the shoe feels right. This shoe feels right. It feels great. My toes are able to, you know, flex in and out. There's nothing constricting. I have wide feet. I have a wide instep. So this shoe definitely fits that. Almost fits it like a glove, but it's not too tight. It's a tight fit, but it feels smooth, if that makes sense. But I've had no issues with it with the heel. The heel area, it doesn't rub against my heel, doesn't rub against my Achilles tendon. The bottom feels great. I have issues with my feet. I have a high arch. My arch, you can drive a freaking truck up under it, so high. But this shoe supports that arch. It feels great. If you look at the inside, it has an arch support in there. And you can buy some as well, you know, to augment some of this, you know, Dr. Scholl's and some of these other folks. But by and large, this is a very comfortable shoe. Running around in it, walking around in it, just chilling. Very comfortable. There's no issues with this shoe. Nike continues to make great shoes, not only for style, but they continue to make great shoes for comfort and style. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a difference between comfort and style and comfort style. It's a huge difference. But the Nike 2090 has exceeded my expectations. Let's talk about nostalgic memories. Not really any nostalgic memories because the shoe only came out a couple years ago. I guess my nostalgic memories, I bought it off Nike.com, and I put a link in the description as well. Again, the shoe was only a couple years old, so that's my nostalgic memory. When I first saw it, I was like, man, this shoe is freaking great. It looks awesome. It looks futuristic. You know, the design is great. I mean, just, you know, a hodgepodge of all these materials. One thing about it, I didn't talk about it. Look at this stitching up under the Nike swoosh sign. I mean, little things like that, little accents of it, the attention to detail that Nike continues to employ on their shoes is just remarkable. It's freaking remarkable. So that's my nostalgic memory. Again, the shoe's only been out a couple years, but again, I put a link in the description and you'll be able to see some of the other silhouettes as well. I think that's it. We're talking about the AIRMAX 90, AIRMAX 2090. For closing remarks, not too much to say. A very quick gym shoe story on a Thursday. Again, I didn't bring out 2 pair of shoes like I usually do. But again, this is a great shoe, man. If you ever get a chance to purchase, and they're not expensive now compared to what they were when they initially came out. But again, the AIRMAX 2090, ladies and gentlemen, you will not be sorry if you purchased a pair of these. Now, if you're just wearing these just for running, just rocking on a regular or just chilling, running errands, it is a great shoe. It's a performance-based shoe. But for me, I'm one of those folks. I like shoes. I like to employ shoes for different reasons that they were initially intended to perform in. But it's a great shoe, man. It's a great shoe, ladies and gentlemen. The AIRMAX 2090. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in today here on the Gym Shoe Story on a Thursday. Kind of dissected the AIRMAX 2090. If you like what you hear, you like what you see, go ahead and go to my YouTube page. Subscribe now. Click the bell icon now. And now you'll be notified of all upcoming Trust and Believe NOMADCAST as well. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. See you guys tomorrow for Finally It's Friday episode. Stay tuned. Stay locked. See you guys. Have a great day. Godspeed. Let's say it all together. Trust and believe.